And you know why it was unhappy? It's because it's what's it called?
Yeah, okay, so there was this monster terrorizing the city.
Yeah, all the time.
Mediclin.
And it'll come down and like eat the people, and there'll be limbs
like 7 on
everywhere.
here. It was like,
and it had like, it would like eat all these people. And,
it would take
like, leave their
Jacob.
body
Jacob's
parts.
kind of small, right? No offense. Jacob would be like, and his head would be over here, and then his legs would be over there. And then,
it would make the streets all filthy and everything.
Yeah.
The body parts.
And the king had a very nice daughter. I'm adding to the story. He had a very nice daughter, and she was very afraid.
Yeah.
Okay, and so he wanted to like. He wanted
protect her.
Yeah, he wanted to protect her. Okay, so what he did was he was like, I'm going to have a contest to make my daughter not afraid anymore. So he was like, whoever can slay the Mediclin will get lots of riches and fame and fortune.
Yeah, and everything.
And everyone will be happy.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, every day, it's been happening for about, like, a month now. Like, the Mediclin's been coming down the city, rah, 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 and it's, like, eating people, and, like, rah, 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 going back up to this cave, and they're like,
oh my goodness!
Rah, 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 and then they die. Okay.
So then all the people who, like, you know, when all the riches and everything, you know, come, and they're ready to fight the Mediclin, they're like, yeah! And then the Mediclin
all these,
comes.
like, Prince Charmings, and, like, people, and, like, have these, like, awesome hair, and it's like,
yeah. and everything. And then, so, the Mediclin comes down, and he's just like...
Eats them. Eats them all.
And he just
yeah.
eats them all.
Okay.
It's just horrible.
So then, after about like 3 months, okay, so then, like all these like people are like all these Prince Charmings are like dead and dying, and the king's like, oh no, the Mediclin, it's like terrible, it's a terrible beast. Okay, so then finally, one day, this little old man comes into town.
He's like super old, and he has like a lunchbox.
Okay, he's like,
very much you do.
Okay, so he comes in here, he's like, hello, I think I can help you. And the old man's like, the king's like, how? I don't think you can help me. And he's like, well, I think I can solve your problem. And the king's like, you're kind of crazy. See all these like strong, big, strong guys have not like killed the Mediclin. I don't think one little old man can do that. So the old man was like, well, I'll solve your problem. And how long was it? It was like
about 2 minutes or 3.
No, yeah, okay. So anyways, the old man says like, what I need is, what do you need? I need a warehouse. A warehouse? Yes, a warehouse. Okay. So the king was like, I kind of want to get rid of this, like, I kind of want to get rid of this beast.
Well, let's just build a warehouse anyway.
Yeah, so he was like, so then 2 days later, a warehouse was built, and then, like, the old man comes in.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Very nice. Very nice. I think I like this very much.
Okay, so the old man's like, okay, you have your warehouse, now go slay this dragon for me, or this Mediclin. Okay, and the old man's like,
what I need is this warehouse to be full of
what?
Full of sugar.
Sugar? Okay, so then the king gets like really...
He's like, I don't really think I should help you out.
Yeah,
I mean,
because you're kind of crazy.
Yeah. I'm old and this works and this.
Yeah, but then while they're talking, the Mediclin comes down, like, eats some people, and then goes back up, and the king's
he's like, you know what? Let's get the sugar.
Yeah, so then...
And so everybody brings the sugar into the warehouse, and he needs it filled all the way to the top, but still needs like an inch left right near the barn door.
Yeah, the little old man's like, I need an inch near the barn door. Okay.
And so they bring the sugar and everything, and then the old man comes up, and then he's like,
very good, yes. Now I need you to get me something else.
And the old man's like, the king's like, what do you need? And
I need a loon.
A loon? Yes.
You know, like a waterfowl.
and the king's like, okay, I guess you're kind of crazy, but I don't see, all these like Prince Charmings have died, so I really don't think that this will solve anything. So then the old man's like,
come on, get me a loon, and in 3 days, you'll have your Mediclin slayed.
Okay, so the king's just like, he's crazy. So he's like, he sends his like advisors to go to the lake and get the loon. The loon's like, brah! Okay. So the king
they take the loon and they just throw it in there.
And the loon's like going crazy. The loon's like squawking and flapping for 3 days straight. But like on the first and second and third days, the loon gets like really tired. It was like, the loon thinks,
I'm in the sugar warehouse. I should eat all the sugar.
Okay, so then the loon like starts eating all the sugar, right?
And
after 3 days,
fat.
after 3 days of eating sugar, the loon's like,
and he can't even fly anymore. He's like this.
Yeah. He can't fly. Okay. So then the old man comes back and he opens the door and he's like, this huge loon, like all the sugar's gone because it's been eaten by the loon, right? Okay, and so the old man's like,
very nice.
Okay, and so then he's like, he's taking his wheelbarrow. The old man has his wheelbarrow. He's like,
come on, loon, get in.
And so he pulls the loon and like drops the loon in the wheelbarrow. Okay, so
then
we have here. So the old man has the loon in the wheelbarrow, and then the king's just like looking at the old man, thinking, "You're really crazy. What the hell are you gonna do with this like loon and this wheelbarrow?" And okay, and the old man's just like,
"Watch me, just watch me."
Okay. So the old man takes the wheelbarrow and he goes up to the castle. Not the castle. Okay.
He goes into the cave.
The cave with the
With the
Mediclin.
Mediclin.
Okay, the Mediclin's like, "Rah! Rah!" And then the old man, he just takes this loon full of sugar. It's like, and then he heaves it at the Mediclin. And the Mediclin's like, and he dies.
And he dies.
What? He hit
Okay.
it with the loon?
Full of sugar. Okay. And then the king's just like, what the hell did you just do? And then the man goes,
Oh, you need some sugar to help the Mediclin go down?
Yeah, you need